Okay. Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I paint with my son Owen, who is 13 and has autism. We paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings, and then I paint the rest. So, my cat just realized that the window is open. So we'll see how that goes. It's the weather outside is more delightful than it's been in I don't know how long. So I have opened some of our windows because, it's beautiful today. Well, compared to, see, this is just paint, people. We've got dots. I always put way too much paint on the paintbrush. If you've watched before, you know this is a constant with me. So we just go with the flow. But, yeah, I think it's still in the 50s right now, but it's supposed to get 60s like by 3 or something, possibly. You know how that goes. So I'm excited to see if that happens. But you never know. So, today feels like it's been a long day already, but you know how that as well goes. I was just very glad that we've had a few days where Owen got to go to school without too many interruptions this week. Well, that is, there we go. One of the bristles from the brush fell off. But anyways, I was glad that he got to go. It's only Tuesday, but he got to go yesterday and today. Tomorrow, this is, been planned forever. They already had I think they call them maybe enrichment days, teacher enrichment days. I always just call them teacher days because I think they have to do they used to have like teacher planning days, and maybe they still have those, but they do have to do courses or activities or something. So I'm sure every teacher's going, that's not what it is. But I'm just going to keep calling them teacher days. That way I'm not wrong because that's what they're doing. Well, you know what? It's probably not even teacher. I'm probably wrong with that too because it's all of them. So it's probably staff enrichment. Here, we're just going to reinvent the name. What would be the easiest thing for me to do is look up what the name actually is, and that would probably be the best case scenario. Do you say scenario or scenario? It depends on where you're from, right? Okay. There's certain words, and I know there's a lot of words that people, depending on where you're from, will say it one way or the other. But certain words just hit me I wonder if that's how, someone says this or that. So it's always interesting to me. But I was thankful Owen was very happy that he was getting to go to school. And, that was a blessing. And then tomorrow he invites his church ladies to go to breakfast with him. So we're going to breakfast with some of our church ladies. And I just love it because my mom and I were talking. It's like he's our little social butterfly now. And it's so wonderful because I've told this many times where it was so hard for him to go places. And we wouldn't necessarily get to go out to eat or do different activities. And I can remember many times going to a restaurant and thinking we were going to go and him having a meltdown and couldn't even get out of the car. Or we'd go in the restaurant and we had to leave because he couldn't handle the noise or he couldn't handle, the things. And so for him to plan these and want to, like, he's already planning next month's, like he wants to have that already, like when we go tomorrow, he wants to talk about where we're going to go next. So this to me, it's just incredible. It's just incredible that my sweet baby O is so excited about these, meals with these ladies. And it's not just that, like there's other people that he wants to go and he plans these things now. And it makes my day, warms my heart. I'm so thankful. So, I'm tired today. I'm tired, and I'm just trying to kind of go through the motions. I didn't sleep well last night, and when you get a lot on your mind, even when Owen's having good days, like sometimes those are harder days because he's so excited about tomorrow that this morning if he asked me 10 times, he asked me 110 times, and then he would go back through it again. And he wanted to know about tomorrow, and he wanted to make sure that tomorrow was the teacher. Well, see, again, staff day? I'm not sure. And he wanted to make sure that we were still going to breakfast, and we wanted to make sure all of these things. And it's hard because he has this planned. He's excited about it. But when he gets excited, he verifies things sometimes more and more and more and more. So I don't know, I get emotional about it because he doesn't know when to breathe some days. And I have to remind him that we have to take a minute. We have to take some time and go back through our thoughts and let others comment and let others think and breathe. And I know that he's still learning how to communicate. Like he doesn't necessarily know to breathe. And that's part of the learning experience for him. And that's part of us growing together and how that I can explain this to him and help him through the process and me learning. Because that's what's so, I don't even know what the right words are some days. That's so what's cumbersome was the word, but that's not the explanation for me. Like cumbersome in the sense of how I respond, or trying to get him to just breathe through a moment when he knows an answer, because he'll start yelling at me if I haven't answered immediately. And what I try to get him to understand is I don't always have a response. I don't always have, like, I'm eating or I'm drinking or I'm, doing something that I'm not even necessarily, like, he'll yell at me when I'm in the bathroom. And, I'm not necessarily paying attention to what he is asking or saying. And the same with, like, as soon as I go to get a drink out of the refrigerator, or if I'm, like, taking a pill, he'll start yelling, you're amazing, you're amazing, you're amazing, because he has a hard time with those moments where things are different, or something else is happening. So again, it's kind of a learning experience for both of us, because I know he's trying to figure out how to communicate with me. But there's still moments where it's exhausting for me, because I can't constantly answer. Can't. And it gets me sad, because my goal isn't to create moments where he's going to have a meltdown. Like, I want him to be comfortable in those moments, and I want him to talk to me and go through it. But sometimes he gets so mad because I'm not answering immediately. And it breaks my heart, because he doesn't always understand. But he's the learning process, and how far he has come. That's the glory. That's this amazing part of the journey. I think I put more than I wanted to put on here in the places I probably wanted it a little more simplistic, maybe. So now I'm trying to decide if I want to connect, like, maybe a couple small ones. Because I thought that I was just going to put, a few little things here and there. But sometimes, if you've watched before, when I get talking, some things quite frankly change quickly. Oh, but that's okay. I think we're connecting. Okay. So now that's where we're at. So I will be excited to see what he says when he comes home. He will be anxious to go to our breakfast tomorrow, and I can't wait for that. Like I said, I love his excitement for his people, and I always say, if he knows you, he's prayed for you, and if he doesn't know you, he's probably prayed for you. He's probably put you in the lump of these moments, and it makes me. I want to put a leaf up here. It makes me cry, because it's just a beautiful story that he's writing every day. I wanted to put a leaf, but I didn't want to get it too. Sometimes I get too heavy-handed, and there's too much. So I don't always want that. Okay, I think I'm going to stop before I go anymore. And see this little dot over here? We just will, like, it'll come. Not that, like, these are, it's perfectly imperfect paintings. That's what this is, because that was one of my things. That's why I didn't ever paint, was I never thought I could paint perfect paintings. Like, I never could do a perfect rose. Well, that's not a perfect rose. That's Lynn's rose. And this is Owen and my background. We worked on this together to work on his fine motor skills, and this is our story. And I've been painting more crosses and these types of paintings, wings and different things, since my brother passed away. And every time I do something like this, I think of the story of my brother and how many lives he changed because of the man he was. And if we can learn something about walking with God and our stories and be more patient and kind with people, that's the important part. So I'm thankful for my sweet baby O, and I'm thankful for all of you to be on this journey with us. And let's all learn and grow every day. So I do O for Owen, and L, and B. I tell Owen all the time that we're a team, and I learn just as much as he's learning. So these things are ways for us to both grow and both learn. And even when I talk about his talking and everything, patience, kindness, grace, understanding, that's what we are all trying to learn, and that's God's grace. So every day is that new way to learn something. So I thank you for being on the journey with us, and I thank you for being part of our story. So, all right. Enjoy the rest of your day. Toodles, toodles.